yeah, okay, I'll take this nice, cushy, comfortable job and settle for that because it's easy. And it's, man, who wouldn't want to do that? But his dream was greater. His reality, his purpose was greater than his reality. He understood that. Yes.
It sounds like there's another common theme running through: not being intimidated by the struggle or the phone calls, and just fighting through. You have this passion, but it's on the other side of this struggle that you have to go against the grain. Everybody else is in the comfortable job, in the comfortable situation. But you have to have the intestinal fortitude to get past the struggle. That's powerful.
The author of Robert Kiyosaki called it guts. You gotta have the guts to do it because it's tough. It is tough. If you know that spanking is coming, you know, I used to. Okay, all right. So, Mr. Moore, you know my dad, right? So my pops did not play. If you get in trouble in school, you already know what's coming, right? So when you come home, for me, the anticipation for the whooping was worse than the whooping. I hated it. I couldn't stand it. So I knew when my dad got off work, he walked through that door, and the first thing he hears from my mom is, "You ain't gonna believe what Kenyatta did today." Oh my gosh! I'm trying to tell you, I used to quiver like, man, maybe I could eat my dinner and get in bed before he get home. No. No. So you know that spanking is coming. The point is, are you willing to take it? Whatever it was you did, whatever it is you're trying to do, is it worth that spanking? For him, that peanut butter and jelly sandwich was worth it. I'm going to keep asking. I know I've already pissed off my dad, but I'm going to keep asking because I want it. And he was tenacious enough. He didn't give up. He followed through with what he wanted to get it. He didn't take that, you know, that job, that nice cushy job, because it would have, I believe he said it would have kept him from attaining his ceiling. You know, why would you impose your own ceiling? That's crazy, right? Right? Yeah, this sounds great. Sounds cushy to take that easy way out. But if you're in this room, if you want to learn from Mr. Dudley and what we teach here, that means you want to do things differently. You don't want to go with the flow that everybody else goes with. Okay? You want to see something that's in your head become something manifested and be a reality. You want to create your own wealth. You want to create your own business and make that happen. Okay? So you got to be willing to take those spankings. I like the analogy. You got to be willing to take those spankings. Right? Very important. Yes, Mr. Moore.
Yeah, that's the fun of life. And as I tell young folks, when you get up in the morning, that's average. Why you want to be average? I always think about going beyond average. I mean, there's so many possibilities out there. Just you know, life can be hard sometimes, but that's the fun of it, you know. Just going on doing things they say you can't do, you know. When they say no, you say yes, I can.
That's right.
You know, that's the fun of life. Just looking at things and people say, well, you can't climb that. Yes, I can. And having that mentality, you know. And just being average. I just hate people wanting to be average. You wake up, that's average. Why you want to be average? I always have something, you know, something you strive for.
That's right.
I really, go ahead, my bad.
No, I was just going to say, we talking about Jay-Z, you know. My uncle said I wouldn't sell 1 million records. Sold 1 million records like 1 million times.
That's right. And we've talked about people, you know, being detractors, and that comes with the territory. Just like that spanking, it comes with the territory. You know it and you expect it. You know, are you bold enough to continue to push through? Are you bold enough to walk into a room knowing you might get your head tore off, but you know what's on the other side of that room and it's what you want? Okay. If you're not, and most people are not. Let's be honest with you. Most people at the first sign, they drop it and they out of here. I'm gonna go back to my nice cushy warm job with my benefits and all that good stuff, right? Because they think it's a place of comfort. People don't like to be taken out of their place of comfort. As an entrepreneur, you gotta get used to being out of your comfort zone. You gotta love it. You gotta embrace it. This is not comfortable for me. Lance is back there laughing because he knows what I'm talking about. You gotta walk into a situation with things being unknown, uncertainty. You're not quite sure. You might even be a little bit scared. But you know what's on the other side of all that is way more important than whatever it is you're going through when you do that.
Possibility.
Incredible. It's incredible. And that's why only a small percentage of people do this. Seriously. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Because if it was, everybody would be doing it. Okay? Right. Everybody would be successful. Why has there only been one billionaire rapper? Because it ain't easy. People aren't willing to make those sacrifices. Okay? Okay. I think I saw another hand somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, I was
Yeah,
just gonna
go
say
ahead.
I really connected with it because I'm that touring artist, like right now,
Yep.
like in the middle of it, and this is my third tour that I've constructed and put together myself. But like, so many people often ask, like, are you not afraid of like these different risks you taking and what kind of money you making and how do I see myself doing it? And I'm like, I have to see it. It ain't even so much about you seeing it or me trying to make you see it. Like, I'm really more about the action anyway. So, yeah, I just totally identify with that and the taking the beatings and like taking the losses and going to sleep deflated sometimes, but you know, being excited, you know, for that next, you know, move or even the risk, being excited, you know what I mean? And that was just a transition for me from like certain risk being exciting to these risks, you know, being exciting. So yeah, that was real big, you know what I mean? Just seeing that story, because I can imagine me telling that, you know, and even seeing like, you know, even what we do as far as our nonprofit as youth mentors, like even going to a class today at A&T, I had a student stop me. He ran to the car to grab something. I had someone stop me and say, I've got 3 of y'all shirts and like everything y'all say is very inspirational. And like I wasn't in like a crazy mood or anything today, but I can imagine if I was, that would have like helped me, because there's been moments like that where I was just like, man, all right, what's the next move? What's working? But then it's somebody that's like, y'all continue to inspire me. Your journey continues to inspire me. So that I totally identify with that.
I wanna kind of pause right here for a minute and really talk about something that for me is important. And I learned this coming to this meeting, sitting in that chair. And everything's a process, okay? I realized that coming here on a Tuesday night, when you know you got to go to work in the morning, or you know you got to go home and put your kids to bed, or you got a wife or a husband to go home to, that's like, what in the world, why are you going out there?
I just got that tonight.
Listen, I understand it is a process. But I will tell you this, for those that are persistent, for those that think, that know, I know that I'm going to make this happen. I just need somebody to put me on my path or show me something, hear that right thing that may come out of Kenyatta's mouth, or may come out of Lance's mouth, or may come out of Mr. Moore's mouth tonight. That one thing that will set me off, that light my dynamite fuse, right? I'm telling you, if you continue to come here, and I'm not one to advertise, and I don't do all that. You know, I just bring you the information. That's what I do. I'm not the Don King of this stuff, but I will be the presenter of information. But if you stay here, you'll see where these things will start to connect. You'll see where, one night it might be Mr. Dudley talking about saving and putting money in a fund that you don't touch. Another night it might be Robert Kiyosaki saying, if you pay yourself first every time, you'll start to see the benefits at other time. And then later on, we may be talking about, starting a Nevada corporation and opening up. Oh, I already got capital because I've been saving for the last 9, 12 months. I'm good. Or one month it might be Carlos sitting over there saying, man, Kenyatta, I finally quit my job. Bam! Light bulb moment, right? If you consistently follow the path, I'm telling you, if you follow through what you started, the results will manifest themselves, period. I can speak from my own experience on this. Lance can speak for his own experience on this. It's easy when you start. It's easy to get thrown off your track by somebody speaking negative or something, life happening, or whatever. Last week, I lost my wallet. The next day I had a flat tire, and then my Navy boss called me and said, Kenyatta, so, I go to my drill every single month. And so the money that I make from my drill, I put that in a nice little account that nobody ever sees, nobody ever touches. He was like, we're not going to drill in December. And in January, we're going to drill. And the day he picked was my birthday. I said, you got to be kidding me. How's all this stuff happening? So all kinds of plans that I had are now off to the side. I could have been pissed off about it. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, I drove down to Atlanta this weekend. Like, how in the world am I going to deal with this crap? And it's a bunch of mess. But I realized that stuff happens for a purpose. And I realized that, those are just temporary setbacks. I have a greater purpose. I have something that I'm working towards. If I let something little like that get me off and get me all in a funk or whatever, what am I really doing? So I had to refocus myself. And this happens to all of us. Little things happen in life that just yank you off your path temporarily. But if you're disciplined, if your mindset is right, if you follow through what you started, you will get there, period. Okay?
And if you're a visionary, you know, and able to see a situation for what it is. This past weekend, one of my tour stops was in Nashville. So the musician that I was supposed to be working with, I don't know what happened that day. All I know is I didn't hear from him all day. You know, so I got to my performance, and I'm a hip hop and spoken word artist. So for me, it was just an opportunity to do something totally different, you know, for this space that was looking forward to music. So I just gave him a whole spoken word piece, which I've actually found out in the moment that everything that I was dishing off was something that everybody in that room needed in that moment. So, but, you know, I saw that before the performance even started. I just looked at the space like, all right, cool. You know, I'm going to do spoken word. You know, I'm going to use my 25 minutes that I would have been doing music to, you know, weave in a bunch of different things. I kind of weaved it, but proper preparation prevents poor performance. So I'm always ready. You know, there ain't no thing. You know, but, you know, taking the opportunity, but being able to see that moment kind of like even helped me keep my focus, you know, because I could have been pissed off as well, you know, but like I just, you know, took the moment to be like, all right, cool, this is what I do. So this is another moment for me to, if anything, flex that and execute, follow through with the follow through, you know, so a visionary, yeah.
Good point. I just got a text from Tracy. Y'all gonna love this. This is icing on the cake, right? Kenyatta, I hope you get this message in time. Business is taking longer than I expected, so I won't be able to make it and prepare food for tonight's meeting. Now, I look forward to this. A lot of people come and look forward to this. But to me, I see this as an opportunity. We can talk a little bit more about business. Okay? Instead of focusing on Tracy's food, we can talk a little bit more about business.
Absolutely.
And specifically on the topic of follow-through. Because he brought up a great point. Things are going to happen. They're going to happen. Expect those spankings, you know, wince and get ready for it, you know. Get ready for those spankings because you know they're going to be along your pathways. You don't know when, but you know they're going to come. Okay, it is a huge step to just make the decision to go into business for yourself, to start something and create something out of nothing. It is a huge step to walk away from your 9-to-5 job because that is security, that is you know health, medical and dental benefit, all that stuff that come with your job that make you feel so secure, and to step into a world of uncertainty, of if I don't make it happen, it don't happen. But that's also the exciting part, you know, because that job has a bubble around you, okay? It's a tiny little bubble. When you step out of that bubble, you realize it's a big world out here. There's a lot more that I have access to because now I can see, you know, when I see beneath the evil, all the golden grains are good, right? Right? There's so much more that you're stepping into. Yes, it's uncertain. Yes, it's scary. Yes, sometimes you don't know how you're going to make ends meet. So what? So what? What if that next thing that you do is your big break? What if that idea that you have that no one's ever had before, once it's introduced to the world, it becomes, you know, Apple, or it becomes Amazon, or it becomes, you know, Rockefeller Records, or whatever it is. There's so many different things that we can do. So and our people, hey, who's more innovative than we are? Who has changed the world in more ways than people of melanated skin? Let's be honest. Nobody. It's not even close. Okay, so we have that in us already. We just have to be bold enough to follow through with what we do. Okay. Yes.
I was just gonna say too, like, cause I think the universe kicked me out of corporate America because I got fired, and then it's like when I was at Winston-Salem State, you know, he was there with me, like they honor me. You know, and that's why my company called No More Suits, because, like, when I was on campus, I always had on a suit. They praised me. Like, when I went corporate, when I was working at these big banks, they loved me. You know, it's like I was on a pedestal. But then when I got out and I said I got my own business, they don't praise that. You know what I mean? It's you don't get support from, and it's not about that, but it's like some people would say, dang, don't nobody believe in me? Don't nobody, you know, support me, and you could like you talked about in the message with Jay-Z, most people will want to quit because you don't have no support. You don't have a support system. You gotta constantly, like you said with Colonel Sandals, you gotta constantly, this is my company, this is what we're trying to do, this is that. You gotta hold your head up. You gotta be tough. You gotta be built for it, or else you're gonna give up. And a lot of people aren't built for that. And a lot of people, they say the most businesses fail. Like, what they say, 9 out of 10 businesses fell in the first year simply because of the mindset. Right. You know, but if you still have that willpower to continue to push forward, and like you said, preparation, you know, is going to put you in certain situations. Like I was talking to a lady today. She was with the Peace Corps. And she was talking about how they send you to different continents or countries for 2 years or whatever. And she was like, would you want to go? I said, no, but I could partner with you. You feel what I'm saying? Because we doing work in Liberia, so we could do a partnership, you know. But had I not prepared myself, I wouldn't even known that language, and I wouldn't even be able to back it up. You know, now we could talk to the boss's boss, director, to say, okay, this is my business, this is your business, let's do this, y'all could do this, I could provide this, y'all could provide that. But at that moment, it doesn't matter who's supporting you or not. You know what I mean? You talking to the higher ups. They don't know no more suits from Amazon. You know what I mean? They don't know no more suits from Barnes and Noble. And that's leverage.
They're talking to the higher ups, and that's you.
Exactly.
You are your business. You are the face of your business.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you working with some large company. They're working with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really quick kind of a side note. There are government programs with huge companies like Lockheed Martin and Boeing. That this is what they do. And I love researching this stuff. This gets me so excited. If you are a small business owner, if you are a minority, you guys have heard of like development zones, right? There's certain places in every city that the government has a vested interest in developing it for business purposes. These companies, these government agencies will partner with small businesses to do a project. And when they do that, they have access to grant money, government money in the billions of dollars. So I'm Boeing, you're No More Suits. And I say, there's a development zone over in Winston-Salem at this little chunk of real estate over here. It's nothing on it, it's just land, whatever. Why don't you and I partner up? I'll do 100% of the work, but because we're partnering and I can access this grant money, if I partner with a small business, we'll have access to $700 million. Would you be willing to take 5% of the profit from that?
Yeah.
Yes, in a heartbeat. And all you have to do is exist and know about this program and partner with this particular company. That happens every day. That happens with Hispanics. That happens with Asians. That happens with Arabic-speaking people because they know about it. They do the research and they find out how to access these kinds of programs. I know about it because I work with government contractors sometimes, and I understand how this game is played. We have access, but many people start their business and not even do the research to find stuff like that out. They won't look for capital. They won't look for the things because it's too hard. All they talked about in the book is too hard. You know, making money, that's too much of my time that I gotta spend doing that stuff. So they'll go back to their cushy 9 to 5. And someone else is making that money. Someone else is growing their business. Someone else is picking that up and running with it because you gave up on it. You didn't follow through. Okay? So the point I'm making here is it worth it? Is it worth the beatings? Is it worth the uncertainty? Is it worth the heartache and the headache and the research and the time and the sleepless nights and the not knowing how I'm going to pay this bill next month? Yes, it's more than worth it. You got to keep your eye on what's on the other side of all that. You got to focus on that and keep that in front of you at all times. Okay? Okay. Brother Lance.
I was going to add, that's the training ground.
Yep.
That's the gymnasium.
That's right.
Gotta hit that bag. Gotta sweat for a few hours. You know? That's what it's all about. You gotta be willing to go through it. No sleep. Up, take an hour's rest, get back up. Some of them work for me, they know. But you gotta be willing to do it. It's not easy.
Your time
Yeah, I was just gonna just make a statement about what you're saying about being here. I said something Sunday when we were talking about the Speakers Bureau. I have found myself when I came here, I wasn't sure what to look for. Wasn't really explained to me. You know, you're just coming. But I have learned Business 101. Introducing myself to myself 101. My knowledge have expanded, and my way of thinking is steadily changing. And you come here and you're looking for something, but what you're looking for is yourself. And that's what I found. Come on. I have basically have encounters by just stepping into this room. And I am so very grateful that I'm here. And especially, I mean, Sundays and Tuesdays. I look forward to coming when I can. But I mean, when I say encounters, I'm speaking, literally saying encounters. So you being here is for you. You know, someone is sharing is for you. And I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting there. I'm making those steps of being where I need to be. And I was talking with Mr. Dudley, Dr. Dudley, and I said, you know, it just felt like I'm just not where I need to be. He said, no, the time that you're in is where you need to be now. And I mean, literally, you know, it's just awesome being here. I feel renewed, regenerated, and just these encounters. So, you know, I just want to add, continue to come, continue to share. You never know when it's going to just be that time. And I know it's almost there for me. I can see it, I can feel it, I can taste it. I mean, literally. I'm always excited about being here. Thank you, Kenyatta.
It's gonna happen. All right.
I just got to follow up with you because that was beautiful. Because I had one of those encounters this weekend where we put on a show, a jazz show that Mr. Dudley came to. And I was defeated because everything that can go wrong went wrong. And I was like, this is last, I'm done, I'm finished. But as I was walking Mr. Dudley out, I said, you know, Mr. Dudley, you know, everybody's upset because, you know, I didn't get my liquor license and we didn't have any alcohol. And Mr. Dudley said, you probably saved somebody's life. And just that little snippet of what he said, I was like, okay, I could do this again. Because it really lifted me up so much that I was like, you know what? Nobody even noticed that except one or two people. And that was probably the one, you know. But it was so inspiring to hear him say, you probably saved somebody's life. You know what I mean? And I totally agree that the times that I've come here, it's like, where have I been all my life? You know, it's just like an awakening. You too. So I truly appreciate being here.
Yes.
That was a beautiful event. I was his driver that night, and that was a beautiful event. I mean, folk were dressed, in different type outfits representing the musical era of the 30s and 40s, right? And they were playing that music, and it was so orderly. And I just saw how you were orchestrating it. It was a beautiful thing.
Was she doing it?
I didn't see it that way, but thank you anyway.
You never know how people are going to see what.
And it was food.
And it was wow. So I wanted to show the other video, but to be honest with you, I think that first one